What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Thursday team here today, Thursday, July 3rd. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, staying positive, looking fresh, JD from Line Movers. JD, I know you got a lot going on today. You literally made me put your Max Tennis play on the television behind me. So anytime you see JD kind of give me a secret symbol or a secret look, that's cue for me to turn around and tell him what the score of the match is. JD, how are you today, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Almost to the end of the week. Tomorrow, July 4th. July 4th weekend is almost here.
Well, we have an announcement about that, right?
We do. And we'll probably make that at the end of the show.
Okay. That's a good idea.
And, yeah, man, everything's going well. Yes, the Braves finally did. Bats finally woke up. I didn't think they were going to. Then they all of a sudden did. So that was good to see.
Thank God.
But
Thank God.
I have a lot to say about the Braves, and we will be getting into that a little bit later on.
Little breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. I'm sure everybody saw the reports that came out this morning about Luis Ortiz, pitcher of the Guardians. He has been suspended. Nobody knew why. They said they were investigating something. We all know what that means, right? We all know what that means if he's been kicked off the team and they're investigating what happened. Jeff Passan just reported he is being investigated for gambling. Kind of what everybody anticipated there. So more to come, but Joey Ortiz, let me pull up the exact tweet because I have the show up here. But let me pull up the Passan tweet. Look at it word for word. Read it back to y'all. Cleveland Guardians right-hander Luis Ortiz is under investigation for gambling. A source confirms to ESPN Ortiz was placed on paid leave by MLB earlier today amid a league investigation into gambling activities. First in the news, Kenny Rosenthal. So, interesting there. The guy with the worst ERA of any AL starter, I believe, or no, most losses of any starter. That's what it is, 4-9. He's recorded 9 losses on the year, is getting popped for gambling. Everyone's obviously assumed innocent until proven otherwise. But interesting development here. JD, thoughts about it?
What do you think about that? I mean, because
as far as fucking moron. I think you're a fucking moron. Not you, obviously.
As far as the gambling industry, they're like, it's becoming such a big thing. Like,
yeah, but
like, there's, I mean, I don't know. There's something like if you're betting on like obviously like your own games or actually like your own rebound stats, like actually that's like one thing. But if you're betting like some fucking like if you're a baseball player and betting some like random other shit, you know, like. I'm not sure, like, exactly what all.
Well, we don't know what the story is, right? It could go in different ways here, because I agree with you. If, like, you know, if he was caught doing a Yankees-Marlins parlay and his team had no involvement, that, I think, is a bit, you know, not good. You still can't do it, realistically. You still can't do it. But it's a totally different look compared to, let's say, he was betting on the Guardians to lose on nights that he was the starter. You know what I mean? So I think we definitely need more information so we can make a judgment on what happened. But that's been the story of the morning. Obviously, we all know what happened in the NBA the other morning. Malik Beasley of the Pistons looked like he pissed away his entire career. He was in line to get a 3-year, $50-something million contract. He absolutely pissed it down the drain. So hopefully we see this kind of stop. Nobody wants to question the legitimacy of sports. That's the one thing we cannot have happen. So hopefully this is an isolated situation, the MLB, and there will be he'll be handled with appropriately, contingent on what they find.
Yeah, and like that's a dude that like he like has a problem. Like actually, when you dig into that and find out, like, he owes money to fucking everybody, like, and owes businesses, and like, that's when, like, okay, like, you, like, have a problem. Like,
not ideal, JD. I think that's the best way to put it. Not ideal. Well, that was a long way to get into our Wednesday recap. So, JD, I'll go first. Let me shout out Stetsy Boy, who said he loves JD's Braves. So I was sitting pissed off on my couch last night. I turned the Braves game off when it was 3-0 or 2-0, I believe it was. And I put on another game saying, you know, I'm going to focus on one of these other games right now. I don't feel like watching this. It's pissing me off. They've had bases loaded a million times. Can't get a guy in. But then I get a message from our guy, Joseph Stetsy Boy, saying Braves took the lead and are up by 5 now. So that kind of got me in a good spot there. The Mets were a disgrace, and I'm not going to be playing them for a while. I take full responsibility for that loss. Had 2 units on the Mets. Thought they'd come out firing in Game 1 with Mizorowski, going in Game 2 for the Brewers. I was wrong. Had that incorrect. One of our losses of the day. We ended up the day, I believe, let me double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We ended up the day 3-3, but we did, like I said, had that 2-unit loss, so it was a slightly losing day for me. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
Yeah, it was the same way here, man. I actually was a hook, actually like away from an actual winning day. The Angels' first 5 team total over. That was the difference for me. The full game over got there. But yes, it was a little bit of a down day though.
Yeah, we all have a little bit of down day, but the beautiful thing is today, JD, we're going to turn that into a big positive, getting geared up for the 4th of July weekend, which we have a ton of sports and a ton of things we're going to be getting into. Jimmy, you put it perfectly. JD said it right. JD tends to do that. That's why he's here with me. That's why I'm here with him. He tends to do that. So good call from JD there. All right, JD. As always, we have a set amount of games today, but I'm sure our guy Jabo is not here yet because he hasn't greeted us. He's never came to the show without saying hi, so I'm sure he's doing something at work. When he gets here, I'm sure he'll give us a couple extra games. We have 4 preset games we're going over today, but if there's any games you guys want us to break down, drop them in the comments. We are happy to break down any game you guys want. All right, JD, is it that time to get into a little MLB?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm just tweeting this out real quick. And let's go. First game we're breaking down today is one I'm super excited to talk about. We have the New York Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto Blue Jays have absolutely destroyed the Yankees, and now they are dead tied for first place in the AL East. Both teams come into this game 48-38, 10 games above 500. Pitching for the Yankees, Clark Schmidt, 4-4 in the year, 3.09 ERA. On the other side, JD, for the Blue Jays, my Blue Jays, a team that this has been tough to watch because they're a team, as you know, JD, I love backing these Blue Jays, but they've been beating the crap out of my Yankees, and yesterday was truly, truly a tough one to watch with that big comeback, and then Devin Williams became all Devin Williams. Don't get me started. But pitching for the Blue Jays is Chris Bassett. JD, we've talked about Bassett all year on this show. Early season, his ERA was in the high 2s, low 3s. We said that was not sustainable. He's not a high 2s, low 3 ERA pitcher. His numbers have been coming back to earth. He's 7-4 in the year, great record, but does have a 4.3 ERA and a 1.4 whip. His numbers have been slowly but steadily getting worse as the year has gone on. JD, all that being said, we got the Yanks, we got the Blue Jays, and I'm seeing every single person today on Twitter, and I mean every single person imaginable who's posted a card is on the Yankees today. Do you think it's a good day for the Yanks at a minus 125? You think it's a Blue Jays play? You're targeting a total? What do you got?
You know, I can see why people are actually on the Yankees at this price here. As far as value, I am showing small value actually on them. But I am choosing to go a little different way here. I'm actually going to go on the over. The Yankees were trending to the under big time.
Yeah, what was it, 16 out of 17 games up until this series?
Yeah, it was crazy. But they've now hit 4 straight overs here. And the Blue Jays have just been an over team. They're actually 7-3 their last 10, and then at home they are 26-7 or 27-16 to the over here. What's up, Joe? You know, so trends are actually definitely our friend here. But when you look at these lineups, both of them against each of these pitchers has like done pretty well.
Absolutely.
And as far as Bassett goes, yes, we've actually been talking about it, you know, and his numbers have definitely come back to earth. Matter of fact, his last outing versus the White Sox, he gave up 8 hits, 8 earned runs, and walked 4 guys.
Red Sox, White Sox before that.
And we've been talking about how the Red Sox lineup has not been
dog shit. Has been dog shit. That is a what is the right word for that, JD? That is a trademark of this show that they've been playing like dog shit.
Then on the other side, we got my guy Clark Schmidt. I mean, overall, like he's been pretty good. He like can give up runs though. And these Blue Jay bats are just hot.
Yeah, they've been playing well. Whole lineup's been good.
As far as this series goes, as far as the bullpens, both actually bullpens have been used a pretty good amount here.
They're both shot. The best way to both bullpens are shot. I mean, what was it? 9-9 yesterday going into the 7th inning, which means they've already pulled a bunch of pitchers. This has been a tight series where these games have been close. Both teams have used their high leverage pitchers so far.
Can you check that score really quick?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to commercial, and Dole Whip is screaming at the crowd, looking upset, so that's probably good for you. We're back. 3-2, Krejcikova. Dolhei's serving, but it's advantage Krejcikova to take a 4-2 lead in the final set.
Breaker.
And And that's a good rally right here, JD. Yeah, we got a good one. A little backhand action, another little backhand. They're hitting it so soft, bro. And you won the game, I think. Yes. 4-2. You won. You're gonna win.
Okay. Sorry, guys. That's a big play for us. So I'm just Anyway, we're back here. Yankees over. Blue Jays over. But yeah, this right here is another game where I just think that both teams actually once again are actually going to put up runs. It was weird. As far as this total was juiced to the over, it actually was up to 9. And then throughout this morning has been bet down. So that kind of doesn't really scare me, but kind of has me wondering why. And that why I haven't really figured out, unless they're thinking that both of these starters are just going to have these great bounce back games. That's the only thing I can think of.
Same.
So I actually mean that could happen. But I'm just not thinking so. So yeah, give me the over here. This was our favorite play last year, and now I'm back on it.
All summer too. That's when it really got started, was in the summer months. JD, I'm riding with you 1,000%. I'm on the over 8.5 here. I think Bassett will get hit pretty hard. I also think Schmidt will get hit pretty hard. The Blue Jays have done a very good job off Schmidt for most of the players in this lineup in their career. The Yankees have seen Bassett a gajillion times in their career as well. No matter where he's been, it seems like he's playing for a team that plays the Yankees multiple times per year, and the Yankees have seen him a million times, and you can see that by their batter history against Chris Bassett. I do think, like I said, both teams will score. Both bullpens are shot. That's the best way to put it. This has been a very grueling series for both teams. It hasn't exactly been an easy series for the Blue Jays. Game 1 of the series was a 5-4 win for the Blue Jays. Game 2 was an easy win, 12-7. But yesterday was an 11-9 thriller where the Yankees came all the way back from 8-0. So both teams have had to use their high leverage pitchers. Both teams' bullpens are very taxed for this game. And I do think this one will go comfortably over the 8.5. If I were to take a side on this game, I would take the Blue Jays, guys. I would take the Blue Jays on the money line at a plus 110. I don't think there's much value on the Yankees at minus 125. I'm seeing everybody and their grandmother take the Yankees as well. People have been texting me all day. This is the biggest Yankee spot of the entire year. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way with Clark Schmidt. We couldn't win with Max Fried on the bump. They couldn't win with better pitchers on the bump. And Chris Bassett's had a decent year, so I don't think the value's on the Yankees. We have to see them have a better game plan and perform better than we've seen so far in this series. So give me the over 8.5. Definitely my favorite play on this game. All right, JD, you ready to roll on to the second game?
Let's do it.
Let's get it, brother. Second game we're breaking down today is going to be the LA Angels taking on the Atlanta Bravos. Pitching for this game for the Angels is Jose Soriano. Soriano's 5-5 on the year with a 3.99 ERA. On the other side, we got Brycey Elder. Elder's 2-5 with a 5.82 ERA. JD, some of these Braves pitchers have to step up. I said it a couple weeks ago when we found out Chris Sale broke his rib cage. Fractured his rib cage, not a rib, his rib cage. So I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but that sounds significantly worse than just breaking one rib. And he has just been moved to the 60-day IL. So Sale's not going to be back for quite a while.
Yes. That went from really cool because the play that he did that on was such a good play.
It was so cool.
And it was one of those things where honestly, he didn't need to be in the game still.
100% did not need to be in the game.
He really didn't need to. But that was one of those things they were trying to get him going, man. They were trying to get the Braves. They were trying to get the team fired up. And then that play did. That was one of those types of plays. And then, but then on the 68-day DL, or IL, sorry. That's not good. But then,
Andrew, I am laughing at this. That's a very funny comment. I agree with you. This dude thought he was selling out to win Game 7 of the World Series when he didn't have to do that.
That's what I was saying. Just trying to get the team going. But then we got Spencer Schwellenbach is now on the IL also. Your top 4 Braves, as far as the starters for the start of the season, are now on the injured list. That's just crazy, man.
Hey, at least you're getting Roydsy back.
Hey, his first game back, he smacked one out, so he can do whatever he wants to now, man. As a matter of fact, some of the other Braves may actually need to start actually doing a little something too. But
hey,
you know, but yeah, look that as far as this game, that's what I was going to talk about. Like the Braves are just in a bad spot now. They like really are, and like this like offense has to carry them. It just has to. And last night, it looked like they finally woke up.
took them 6
And
innings, but they did eventually get there.
yes, and it was in one of those ways where I feel like it's actually going to carry over, and they can get on a little bit of roll because today they face Jose Soriano. Soriano, he's one of those guys we're talking about where he can actually have a great start.
He's not bad.
Yeah, I mean he can have an absolutely shut down, just as wiping everybody out kind of start, but then he can also get shelled.
Yep.
And that's what happened to him his last time out versus the Nationals. He went 4 innings, gave up 8 earned runs during that time. He is a big ground ball guy.
Yeah.
But when it's not on and he's just getting hit hard, that does not matter though. So I'm really thinking the Braves are their bats are going to be able to carry over here today, and they're going to be able to get some runs. But then on the other side, we got Bryce Elder, and how do I put this? Bryce Elder fucking sucks.
Yeah, his ERA at home is a 6. So he's got a 5.85 ERA in the year. That's really bad. His ERA at home is a 6.7, even a full run worse.
He can get hit by anybody.
Yeah. I mean,
but like I said, with the spot the Braves are in, they just have to throw him out there though. Like they don't have another option.
100%.
But he has just been getting smacked up by everybody. So against the Angels today, do I think
you won? By the way, it's over.
Sweet, awesome.
I think you want to know that.
Yes. Now we need Nakashima to finish his match off.
What's the score of the Eagle Swiatek match? Hold on. You can continue. I'm going to look at myself. Sorry, everybody.
McNally.
Peter McNally, baby.
But yes, he is just bad. And yes, this like Angels lineup, I just think that they're going to be able to get to him also. The Braves as a minus 150 favorite, I just don't understand how you have them as a minus 150 with like actually him on the mound. So as far as value, as far as the value on the Angels, that's the side I would have to go. But I'm going back to the same play as yesterday. Give me the over 9. This is one where I really think again both teams are gonna put up runs.
Yeah, if I were to take something in this game, guys, it's going to be the Angels. I have no official play as of now. I cannot back Bryce Elder at home. It's tough taking the Angels as well. But when you take a look at how Bryce Elder has done in his most recent performances, they have lost 4 of his last 5 starts, the Braves. The only game they won with him on the bump was against the Colorado Rockies, where he gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, a homer, 3 walks in 3 innings. They ended up winning that game. But that's the only good performance he has had. Last outing for Elder. 13-0 loss to the Phillies. 2 innings pitched, 8 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned, 3 homers, 4 walks. That is one of the worst stat lines you will ever see out of a starting pitcher. Legitimately. One of the worst stat lines you could possibly see. For me, I cannot back the Braves in this spot at that price. If this game was more in the minus 120 to a plus 100 range, I'd be on the Braves. But at a plus 150, at a minus 150, I just don't think there's any value there. You can get the Angels at a plus 130. I'd recommend taking that. It's not an official play for me, but I definitely lean the plus 130 for the Angels in this spot. JD, got a little tennis information here. Stetsy Boy is telling us the score of Nakashima. I think I said that correctly. I'm trying here. I'm not a big tennis guy, as you guys know, so I'm trying here. And then Parlay Prince is asking us, do you like Monfils? I know how to say that. I know who that is.
You did. Man, I actually have a play on him, but I actually locked that in at plus 141. And I believe it's a pick'em now. So that actually was going to be an actual client play, but the number moved so fast, I literally didn't have time to even send it out.
I feel that.
So, but yes, that would be how I would lean. You got Fuchs on the other side coming off of a 5-setter. And I like to fade him coming off of those longer matches there. So yeah, far as that side is definitely it's where I am on. Like I just said, the value I just don't think is quite really there now. But
yeah, I don't blame you. I'm totally not putting on the Eagles Swiatek match here, so we know the score. Nobody look at me. We're good. Nobody say that we're doing that. That's fine. All right. I'm back, JD. You ready to go over the next game we're breaking down today?
Let's do it.
Let's get it, bro. Next game we're breaking down today is going to be the Giants taking on the D-Bags. Pitching for the Giants, Robbie Ray. Man, I say this every time we see this guy's stats. They're unbelievable. He's 8-3 on the year with a 2.7 ERA. On the other side, we have Brandon Pfaadt. Pfaadt's 8-5 and a 5.5 ERA. By the way, do you know how many people every time I call him Brandon Pfaadt DM me and say that's not how you say it? I know how you fucking say it. But guess what? It's still Pfaadt to me. And he's pitching for the D-backs.
He's always going to be.
Until he gets his ERA under a 5.0, he's Pfaadt. I'll make you a deal, everyone. When he gets his ERA under 5, I'll call him by his proper name. He's 8-5 on the year with a 5.4 ERA and a 1.4 whip. JD, all that being said, close line here. ESPN has this game in their BPI matchup predictor as close as it possibly can be. They have it as a 50-50. They have no favorite in this game. One thing to note, first pitch of this game today is going to be 103 degrees. Something just to know about this game. JD, we got the Giants. We got the D-Bags. What do you got?
Yeah, man. Robbie Ray, he just keeps getting it done, man. Like I said, as far as these numbers that he's actually put up this year are just really good. They are way, way better than actually like what we normally see from him. Today, though, he faces a Diamondbacks lineup that is just flat out hitting well. I mean, if you just go back through the last few games, they put up 5 runs, 8 runs, 4, 7. Like I should, they've just been putting up runs. And actually tonight, I do think that they can get to Robbie Ray. As far as their numbers actually like against him are actually pretty good. Then the Giants, that's the side you have to like kind of like worry about because actually their bats have not been, like that like great.
Yeah.
But how they stack up against our guy Pfaadt, they should have a night, man. They like really should. So I am going on the over here. You can get it at a 8.5. You can actually get that juice at actually -105. I just think that this line is off. I think the value is definitely there.
Bro, so you know how I tweeted out steroids is back for the Braves. Profar is back in the lineup, right? Somebody just commented on this post. Ready for this response? Profar's been very good as of late, having a very strong season. Should be able to continue to help this team all year long. He's played one game.
He's
played one game. Yeah. He got popped for steroids. What are you people talking about? I digress here. I go back to this game, JD. I think we're going to see runs, and I think Pfaadt's going to get hit pretty hard in this spot. It's going to be difficult weather to pitch in against this Giants lineup. I do think you may even see a couple homer bombs from the Giants today. There might be a couple spots in the lineup you could target to potentially get some big plus money value there. Last night we saw this game. The Giants won in 10 innings. Both bullpens are pretty taxed. The key to this game, what starter is going to provide better length? What starter is going to give you more innings in 103-degree weather? And I'm going to take Robbie Ray 1,000 times over Brandon Pfaadt. And I do think we will see a good performance from the Giants. So give me the Giants on the money line. Yet again, I do think there's going to be a ton of runs as well. But I do like the Giants in the money line just a little bit more than I do like the over. Giants money line -120 is the current odds. JD, you ready to move on to our final pre-planned game of the day? Guys, it's only 12:25. You know we leave open time in case you guys want to ask any games. Usually that's J-Bo's job. We know, but he's not here today. Must have something going on at work. So if you guys have any other games you want us to talk, I see one here. I see two here. Mason Moody, I got you. Is J-Bo here? Oh, he is here. He just got here. Oh, no, he got here 20 minutes ago. J-Bo, I didn't even see your message, bro. We appreciate you as always, J-Bo. Put in some games you want us to go over. Last pre-planned game we have for the day is going to be the Royals and the Mariners. Pitching for the Royals is Seth Lugo. Lugo, his ERA, every time we talk about him, has gotten better and better and better. Seth Lugo's 5-5 in the year, but he only has a 2.7 ERA. On the other side, we have our guy, Brian Woo, who at home has been a must-play for the last 2 seasons now, JD. He's 7-4 in the year with a 2.9 ERA. At home this year, Brian Wu is 3-1 record with a 2.0 ERA. So at home, this guy has been unbelievable. Seth Lugo, he does have some decent road numbers. They're a little bit higher than his season average, but he's got a 3.1 ERA on the road. I ain't going to complain about that when it's 2.7 ERA on the season. That's still very, very good numbers there. All that being said, JD, we got the Royals. We got the M's. What do you got?
I don't have anything here. When I like looked into this game there, and I was trying to figure out why you wanted to talk about this game.
I did want to talk about this game.
You did want to talk
behind the curtains.
And I was just sitting there, and I was just sitting there like going through it, and I just kept going through it, and I was like, why does he want to talk about this game? And I came to the conclusion that you must want to take the under. Because that's all that I would play here. Because both of these guys, I mean, like as far as actually like Lugo goes, I mean, he's been pitching great.
Yep.
And as far as the Royals bats, I just simply do not trust them. Especially not at home, and especially in this ballpark, which actually we know is a lower scoring park.
Absolutely.
And then actually Wu, I mean, there's not much else to say about him. He just has pitched so well at home.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get out of Wu at home. You know what you're going to get.
So for me, the only way that I could look at this game is under that 7.5.
Well, my official play on this game is under 7.5. You nailed it. We did not talk about this in advance. I thought you would have thought I would have been on the Mariners for how much I liked them last week. They were doing well for us for a little bit, but you're absolutely right. The reason I wanted to talk about this game is the under. I do think both these pitchers have done a fantastic job as of late, especially Seth Lugo. You're going to give me Brian Wu at home, who's been absolutely lights out. 68 degrees tonight at first pitch in Seattle as well. The ball should not travel like a normal summer game here. And yet again, I do think both pitchers will be able to slow the opposing offenses down. We just need Cal Raleigh to not fucking do Cal Raleigh shit tonight. If we have Cal Raleigh not doing Cal Raleigh shit tonight, we'll be in a good position. And I think this will be an easy under for us here. JD. We have a couple other questions in the chat today. Andrew is asking us to cover the Mets and the Brewers. So let me pull that one up here. And let me tell everyone out there right now, I'm not playing shit on the Mets for at least a couple days. I have to start seeing them sustaining some wins here because they've been absolute dog shit. I know they had a big win in game 2 last night, but I mean, they're just so tough to read. They had a guy with an over 10 ERA going last night. I know he came in the second inning, but he was the real bulk pitcher of the game. Looked great. First time in his career, he's looked great. Mizorowski looked like dog shit. The Mets bats were alive. The Mets are a very confusing team, especially in the summer months. But let's dive into this breakdown. Pitching for the Brewers is Jose Quintana. JD, who did Jose Quintana pitch for last year? That was the New York Mets. So he's going up against his old team. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson, who... Man, if you would have entered the season and told me Jose Quintana 6-2 in the year with a 3.3 ERA, David Peterson 5-4 in the year with a 3.3 ERA to the decimal, these guys have identical ERAs this year. I wouldn't have thought that. JD, do you like anything in the Brewers Mets tonight?
You know what? I didn't really look too much into this game. Just actually because like these other plays I have today, I just had a really big edge on them. And was playing those, but I'm looking into it more here now. And as far as Peterson goes, we've like talked about it, and I've told you the past few starts that I've been fading him.
JD hates Peterson.
I really do, because his numbers, I'm like, no, this guy is gonna give up runs. Like he hasn't, but he is going to, and he has finally started giving up runs.
Mm-hmm.
He gave up 5 to the Pirates the last time out. Gave up 5 to Philly before that. Gave up 3 to Atlanta before that. So he is starting to get hit. I'm looking right now. We may get a really good price on a Brewers team total here. Yes, we can get a 3.5, guys. You talk about this for a second, and I'm going to look into this.
Well, our NRFI expert Joe is here in the chat as always. We appreciate you, Joe. And what's up, bro? I haven't talked to you in a while. Peterson is 8-0 at home to the NRFI. It's pretty impressive. Joe was saying NRFI to the moon. I definitely don't blame you there. I'll dive into this game next. The Mets are a minus 160. There's no way I'd even put him in a parlay right now with how dog shit they've been. I can't even target the Mets in any positive side. I need them to see them play significantly better than they're doing for a sustained couple games. We talk about it on the show all the time. Unless I see something twice, I don't believe it. You could fool me once, fine. Do it twice, maybe I'll be a believer out of it. And I have to see this Mets team win a few games in a row, string together some home victories, because everybody knows the storyline behind the Mets this year. They're 30-13 at home. That is an unbelievable home record. They've been so good at home before the last 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, they've been getting dogged at home, and they're still 30-13. They're just a very difficult team to read right now. If I were to take anything on this game, which I'm not going to, I'm going to see how this one plays out, just being transparent. If I were to take anything, it would be a Brewers play on the money line. 100% plus 140. Definitely value there. Peterson, he's been good this year, but as JD says, in his career, he has not been this good. He's due to get hit. But on the other side, I don't believe Jose Quintana is as good as his numbers this year. 6-2, 3.3 ERA. Guys, Quintana's 36 years old, turning 37. He has been around Major League Baseball as a journeyman pitcher for the last 5 years, bouncing from team to team, not having a ton of success. The Mets kind of got him right last year, and he's carried that over to this year. But JD, Jose Quintana on the road this year is 4-0 with a 1.3 ERA. At third in his age 36 season. It's just, he's been incredible. I just don't think it can be sustained. I just don't. I've seen this guy for too many years not be a great pitcher. He doesn't have big velocity. He's not coming in at 100 miles per hour. His curveball's okay. His off speed's okay. But he's pitching like one of the best pitchers in baseball this year. So how can you fade that? You're going to give Quintana a plus 140 against Peterson. I do think you have to take that. By the way, JD, I do have to let you know that the Marlins are already beating up on the Twins. They're up 3-0 going into the second inning. Just wanted to put that out there. What do you like in this game? Back over to you.
I think I am going to play that team total over, man. Just versus actually Peterson here and then getting the Mets pin. I mean, the Mets have just been giving up runs.
Yeah.
And to be honest, as far as the Brewers goes, they have been hitting the ball well. So I don't see any reason why at actually 3.5. 3.5 at normal juice too. Like it's no like super juice line.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to add this, guys.
There we go. I love that. Did we have any more games requested here? I'm going through. Yes, Houston, Colorado. Last breakdown of the day. Unless you guys have anything else, put it in there. This is your last shot, guys. Put it in there. If you have any other games you want us to talk about. But before we do that, before we get into best bets, before we wrap up the show, before JD goes over some tennis bets that we're going to make him give you guys, let's go over the Houston Astros taking on the Colorado Rockies. Pitching for the Houston Astros is Brandon Walter. Brandon Walter's 1-1 with a 3.3 ERA. On the other side is Kyle Freeland, my guy Kyle, who is 1-9 on the year with a 5.56 ERA. JD, you backing your guy Kyle Freeland, who's 0-4 in the year with a 7.5 ERA at home? Let's go over his most recent performances, by the way, before I do that.
Okay.
Last game, they lost 10-6. He was the starter. In 4 innings, he gave up 8 hits, 3 walks, a homer, and 6 earned. Game before that to the Giants, so I don't think I had a great offense at that time. 6 innings, he gave up 7 hits, 3 earned, a homer, and 2 walks. Game before that, it was against the Marlins before they became good. Game before that, they lost to the Mets. That's fine. Game before that, they lost to the Yankees. He gave up 1 million runs. That's fine. That was when the Yankees were still good as well in May. Back to this one. Kyle Freeland is on the AlphaDog Bets top 5 gas cans in the MLB list. JD, how are we taking advantage of Kyle Freeland today?
Yeah, I would take advantage of them by just like what our guy Mason Moody said here, would be taking the full game over. Guys, this is a midday game in Colorado. It's going to be in the mid-90s. You'd have the wind blowing out. That doesn't really mean actually much in actually this park, but it actually still is. But yeah, it's just basically really hot. So the ball's going to carry even more than it already does. So yeah, guys, this for me, if I was going to play, it would definitely just be a full game over.
100% agree with you. No play for me as of now. It may end up making my card by the 3 o'clock first pitch. I've not sent out any plays as of now, but we'll get there. We have plays coming soon. All right, JD. Well, we have no other requests today. Shorter show than normal. I know it's still 12:35, but we've been going pretty long lately. And J-Bo, the viewers are missing your game, so I know you're taking a break today. We have a little announcement. Should we do that before we do the best bets or after, JD?
We can go ahead and do that now.
Cool. You want me to do it or you want to do it?
I'm
making it seem like a really big deal, and it's really not. Just to be honest here, it's really not a big deal. JD, tell them what's going on.
Tomorrow is July 4th, and we want everybody to have a great day. But before you go out there and do the barbecues and do the boating and all that stuff,
and the drinking,
definitely the drinking, tune in here and hang out with like us, because there is a day full of baseball. I believe actually it starts at 11 and goes throughout the entire day. So there's going to be nothing better than having some bets going on while you're doing all of those other things. So we're going to start a little bit earlier tomorrow also. What do you want to do?
11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a show tomorrow at 11 and go over the slate. It is actually probably not going to be a long show. We are going to go ahead and move kind of quick through it. But yes, we will be here tomorrow.
Yes, sir. 11 o'clock, new start time just for tomorrow because the game started 11. And also, my guy JD's got to get to a barbecue. I got to get to a barbecue. So we're going to do it early, still give you guys the full show you guys want, and do it early in the day. So 11 o'clock tomorrow. J-Bo, change your settings, your alarms, whatever you do to be here every day. Make sure you're ready for 11 o'clock tomorrow. All right. Now, JD, as we always do, it is time, if I could find the graphic, I found it, to dive into our best bets for today, Thursday, July 3rd, the day before America's birthday. JD, our best bets are sponsored by and powered by Player Profit. Guys, you hear us talking about Player Profit every single day. It is a unique opportunity where you can take one of their challenges, and if you pass their challenge, you get funded to gamble with their money and keep a percentage of the profit. Guys, we say it on the show every day. What is better than betting with someone else's money? So take advantage of Player Profit by using code MBM. Get you 10% off your challenge. As well, you beat that challenge like we say, you'll get funded to gamble with someone else's money and keep a portion of the returns. JD, what do we got for the people today?
Yeah, so for Player Profit, we're going to put in our best bets of the day here. Alpha, I am...
You know mine. It's the one game I told you I needed to talk about today.
Okay.
So you know what that's going to be.
Go ahead and put that in then.
All right.
Going with the under in the Royals-Mariners game, under 7.5. Playing to win $100 there. Going to place that one. And I think I'm going to have to go with... Ooh, yeah, I like this at this juice. Give me this Angels and Braves game over 9, minus 112. Yeah, give me a flat 9 at 112. I actually really like that, guys. So if you can get anywhere near that price, which you should be able to, definitely like that one. So, yes. So, once again, my best bet is the Braves and Angels over 9. And Alpha's going to go with the Mariners and the Royals under 7.5.
I like it. I like the best bets today. We broke down the potential MLB gambling lawsuit that's going on right now.
We did.
We broke down a little tennis today. We didn't really talk about the golf, but everyone out there bet Emiliano Grillo because that's who I'm rooting for. And JD, we broke down the baseball. I think it's about time we go have some lunch, enjoy the early games, enjoy the tennis, enjoy the golf, and gear up for America's birthday. JD, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Yeah, guys, let's just have a Thursday. I'm gonna finish watching a little tennis and then get my ass out in the yard and do some yard work to make sure the yard is looking nice for July 4th. And yeah, but guys, let's have us a Thursday. Let's have a big day. Let's fucking win.
You know what we should do today, JD?
What's that?
We should fucking win. And that's what we're going to do. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace out. Oh, no. Wait. 11. Not same time.
Yeah.
It is same place. Not same time. 11 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see you guys. Let's cash the fuck out. And the hat is on. He's ready to go. Peace out, everybody.